Hi, it's Dan Barrett again from Saskatoon Motor Products, part of the Dan Barrett sales team. We're doing the Buyer Beware series. Some of you may have watched some of the other ones we've done. We've been talking a little bit about credit score, and I find customers coming in a lot and they don't really understand what's happening, and they don't understand how to keep their credit in good shape. We talked about how credit cards and how they affect your credit score. And if you have a lot of credit cards, the credit bureau then looks at all your creditability, and that affects your credit score and your balance between percentage of income and stuff to how much you can finance. And so a lot of people are not looking after their credit score, but they don't really know why they're not looking after it. You know, some people will have we talked about the TELUS bill for an example, that someone has a disagreement with TELUS and say, I'm not going to pay that $60 bill. Well, that $60 bill sits on your credit bureau as a collection, and it's damaging to your credit score. And so the things you want to protect are things like that. You want to keep your credit cards so they're not over the limit. You want to make sure that you're not applying for credit at a lot of different places in a row. And if you have some questions on that, you know, no obligation. You can just call my office anytime, and I'll give you the phone numbers and stuff later. But there's another topic I wanted to bring up today. I had a customer in here the other day, a lady that had bought a privately owned vehicle, and she found out after that it had a lot of accidents, but those are accidents not in Saskatchewan. And so this vehicle came out of the US, was taken into Alberta, and then she bought it, of course, thinking it was accident-free when it was not accident-free. It was actually a very badly damaged vehicle that had been patched up, sold in Alberta out of a US vehicle. So there was no Saskatchewan history on that vehicle. So she bought this privately, and there was really no recourse. She had a bad vehicle and a really bad investment. So that's one thing that you want to be careful of. I want to show you CarProof. So this is, do you see that at all? This is what a CarProof looks like. And what you'll want to do is you want to look at, can you just take a look at this one page? And it says no damage records found, okay? And then when you look at that, and then you look at all the provinces across Canada, right? It'll tell you if there's any accidents in any province of Canada, and it also checks the US. So if you're buying a vehicle privately, you want to make sure that you get a CarProof, because there's so many scams out there on privately owned vehicles, and even some of the dealers are trying to hide if a vehicle came out of the States. You know, some of the subprime dealers that have advertising, no credit, bad credit, will get you approved. Sometimes you want to be careful of that vehicle, because sometimes they may have a vehicle that came out of the States or came out of BC, and then you show a Saskatchewan SGI report, and it won't show anything. It'll look perfect. So be careful with that. If you have any questions on this, no obligations. You can just phone my office anytime you want, or email me. My phone number, so it's Dan Barrett. My phone number at the dealership is 306-242-0276. And my email address is dbarrett@smpchev.ca.